Well, George, that one right down to the wire, but a well-fought victory.
Yeah, I think, obviously it came down to the kick at the end, which is, hats off to Santi Carreras for kicking that under pressure. But I thought the boys were brilliant today. We had a pretty basic game plan coming into this. We knew the weather would be really bad. We know how good London Irish are, with the ball in they get a kick deep with their back three. And the boys executed it all game. And I think even the testament to the boys in the last 5 minutes when they're down, to stick to the game plan, to keep going through with it, which is what we talked about at half time. And that creates a penalty and the opportunity to win the game. So it's not always pretty, but it's, sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do to win games. And the fact they stuck on task with it for the whole 80 minutes was outstanding.
And you touched on it there. London Irish are a team that are well known for their attack in this league. So to keep them scoreless in terms of tries scored is a massive plus. Yeah,
absolutely. They didn't. Their attack, obviously, the conditions would have taken a little bit away from that, but they didn't threaten us with the attack. Didn't get too near the try line at any stage, which is massive. Our defence, we pride ourselves on our defence, so we would back that anyway. But as you say, they score a lot of tries and didn't score today, which is great.
And the kicking game's often talked about, but certainly in weather like today, is about pushing the team back and pushing them back and getting those small wins to put you in the positions, like at the end there for Santi to knock over those 3 points.
Yeah, and look, that's an understanding of the pressure game. Leicester last week, Leicester beat us and they just kicked the ball. They didn't break us down once with an attacking play. They kicked the ball, turnover, win, score. And we go home disappointed and they go home and I don't think they would have worried about how much they kicked the ball. So from that point of view, like I say, the conditions are what they are. We've worked very hard this half of the season to keep pushing our game on, but at the end of the day we're very good at certain aspects of the game, and I thought that was a real, in terrible conditions, I thought that was a proper, that was properly our stamp, our identity out there today.
And I guess we have to have a word on Santi Carreras, because his first kick by his words were probably pretty wide of the mark. So then to have the confidence to step up and knock that one over is testament to him, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a world-class player, and I think he's a key member of the squad, and we're very lucky to have him. And the boys are celebrating there with him. He's very popular. But I think, like you say, it can't be underestimated. Step up, last kick of the game, with all that pressure and to win the game. And he's a world-class individual, and he's worked really, really hard the last few weeks when we have asked him to play 10, play 15. Obviously, he had to go off early last week, which was gutting. But yeah, we're lucky to have Santi.
And finally, it's a short turnaround, and it's Saracens, so there's no mean feat for next Friday night.
No, exactly. This is a tough spell for us. We've got some tough games, but we'll start looking towards Sarries now and have a look at their game. And yes, obviously, the top of the league, aren't they? So their position in the league speaks for itself.
Thanks, George. Happy New Year.
Cheers. Same to you.